Drive Transport Month event, guest speaker at the Women's Month event, Detroit panelist, automotive industry, specific focus on the pre-owned market and future of auto retailing. One of the 10 admired women in the franchise logo, women of stature, educator, women in mining, and women in media awards. Ladies and gentlemen, Pertunia is and has always been a change maker and a trailblazer, which is evident in her ability to thrive in the fast-paced, male-dominated industry. Pertunia is a graduate of the University of Durban, Westville, and holds a Bachelor's of Science degree, majoring in psychology and physiology, and both of postgraduate diploma and honors in business and marketing management. Pertunia recently completed a leadership program from the University of Pretoria Gordon Institute of Business Science and graduated in August 2019. As a CEO of an Inspector Car, used car franchise previously owned by Westbank, where she was responsible for both the franchise and financial services and building the Inspector Car brand. Franchising, strategy, stakeholder, management, sales and operations, marketing and digital marketing are among her top skills. Her 2 years, 21 and 22, journey as a Franchise Association South Africa chairperson has been one of the major highlights in her working career. She is passionate about empowerment, entrepreneurship, and women's leadership, as well as mentorship. She is one of the 6 founders of the Women in Autos, where it is a platform to provide a voice for women in the automotive industry. In the past year, she has been in a collaborative distributor to the Women Economic National Assembly, ensuring that automotive sector is inclusive to women entrepreneurs, raises funds as a board member of Well to ensure that car seats are donated to ensure child safety on our roads. She is the founder of the Akupeliza Foundation, as she dedicates her birthday in June every year to spend time with more than 50 school kids, providing school uniforms, shoes, gifts, elderly ladies from Soweto community, and sanctuary travels and motivational talks to the students. Ladies and gentlemen, please round of applause to Pertunia.
You know, when I got here, I wasn't nervous. Now you made me. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc, for the invitation, and thank you to all of you for making time to listen to what I'm about to present. So the Franchise Association of South Africa is basically the voice of the industry in terms of franchising. Not only just South Africa, but in Africa as well. And maybe some of you may also know that there's unfortunately some unethical franchises, which I'm not going to name. So our biggest mission is to make sure that we promote ethical franchising, and we do that by ensuring that we lobby various stakeholders, and we've got a very key focus on transformation.
The purpose of the Franchise Association is to promote, lobby, protect and develop ethical franchising across all sectors in South Africa with specific focus on transformation. To promote integrity amongst franchisors, franchisees, suppliers and their employees, and to ultimately gain trust from key stakeholders such as investors, consumers and the public at large. While we understand that your reason for joining FASA may be to recruit franchisees or to supply products and services, The reason you should want to be a member of FASA is because you are in support of ethical business practices and you would like to see franchising as the trusted and preferred business model used for economic growth and sustainability. Leading by example. The purpose of the Franchise Code is to ensure a system of self-regulation and compliance with applicable laws in the public interest and that of FASA members. FASA's aims are to ensure that members practice the highest standards of ethics and fair business practices in franchising and to develop and expand the business environment for franchising in South Africa. Business ethics cultivates trust, which strengthens your brand and improves the bottom line. How are you strategically positioning your brand to encourage good business practices? Credibility by association is the simple premise that we are known by the company we keep. The question is, what company are you aligning your business with?
Okay, so just a bit about FASA. We've been in existence now for over 4 decades, promoting ethical franchising. This is an industry that in 2019 was the latest survey that we did compared to 2023, 734 billion, contributing 30% to the GDP. And recently that number has seen a 36% increase to almost a trillion. Contrary to popular belief, franchising is not just KFC. We cut across 14 business sectors, and we've got over 727 franchise systems, and there's about over 48,000 franchise outlets. As you know, franchising, they employ an average about 10 people for the smaller franchisees, so we employ 500,000 people for this sector. We are also a proud member of Proud SA, where we promote buying local and also contributing to jobs for the economy. We are also a member of the World Franchise Council as well. This is just a snapshot in terms of how the GDP has increased over the years. And we're sitting now at 15% contribution to the GDP, having moved from 13%. These are the biggest sectors that we touch on. No surprise that fast food and restaurant has got the biggest pie. Automotive is also a sector where we proactively were promoting. So in 2019, it was contributing about 7%. Now it's up to 10%. And these are the biggest brands. No surprise, KFC is the largest restaurant, and followed by Debonairs and Steers, which are owned by famous brands. And Pizza Hut is the smallest franchise in terms of these. Also, I spoke about that we promote transformation, which gives opportunities for historically disadvantaged people. So we're currently sitting at about 21%, coming from 11%. And this also, for those of you who follow the fuel sector, there's the Liquid Fuels Charter, which allows oil companies that they must have franchisees that are black. So hence the numbers showing an increase. This slide I'm not very proud of, because unfortunately the representation by women has not moved from 30%. Currently we only have one franchisor that's a female. She owns Chicken Bar. So I think there's a lot of work that we need to proactively do so ensure that the women representation increases as well. On the World Franchise Council, basically there's over 40 national franchisees, and this is about promoting franchising internationally. Last year we hosted Malaysia as well as the Singapore Franchise Association. So basically they come into South Africa to look for franchise opportunities and also bring opportunities. We are also assisting Nigeria as FASA in terms of their franchising piece. In fact, we are currently busy lobbying the Department of Small Business and that we want to learn from Malaysia. So in Malaysia, franchising is part of the government. It is seen as a stimulator for economic growth as well as creating jobs. I'm not going to spend more time in this slide because you did a very good job. But I'm born and bred in a township, so I'm a Kasi girl in Mpumalanga. Both my parents are late. My mom was a domestic worker and turned into a very successful business woman. My dad was a driver, mechanic, and he ended up being the first black male to run transport in the mining industry in Mpumalanga. I'm number 5. I've got 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and I've got my only child. He's 13. His name is AK. He's a world champion hip-hop dancer. Competed in Poland. He came 4th, and in Turkey he came 1st. Yes, I do play golf. I'm actually playing on Friday.
Wow.
And netball, I haven't played recently. Hence, some of my clothes don't fit me anymore. I'm also a professional Latin dancer, and I love sports cars and Italian shoes. I actually drive very too fast sports cars. Yeah, I think the rest you've touched on. It's always good to know where somebody comes from when you're talking to individuals. And then I'll also just share, there's an internal joke at FASA that FASA is run by lawyers. So as you can see, we've got about 4 lawyers, and then we went and appointed Fred, he's also a lawyer. So the current chairperson, Maria, she's a franchise attorney, one of the best in South Africa. And I'm the past chairperson. And Fred Mahato is our CEO. And also, during my tenure as chairperson, I proactively recruited franchisors. So Nila is from Pick n Pay. Richard is from Cash Converters. John, actually there was an article written about him, the man who started Roman's Pizza. And then Aya is from OBC Chicken. And then Ian and Eugene Honey is Adams. And then James from ABSA. And then Sheldon is from Legends Baba. So in terms of our membership, we basically have franchisors that are our members, but also if you are a franchisor, then your franchisees automatically become members and benefit as well. Then you've also got suppliers, which mostly trade in the franchise industry. We also have franchise consultants. So franchise consultants are the people that help you if you've got an idea of a concept that you want to franchise. They will help you in firstly determining, is this a franchisable concept? Then after that, they will help you with all the legalities of how to handle the franchise, from franchise agreements, disclosure documents, all of that. And obviously we've got other key stakeholders, which I'm going to share on the next slide. So in terms of our membership, we're sitting at 154 members currently. And once a month, we have virtual networking sessions, which are very good for people that are interested in the franchise sector. This is our current members that we have on board. And then we've got some key strategic partnerships as well. I just also want to touch back on Proud SA again. So what we do as FASA, we bring the SMMEs that are members of Proud SA, we bring them in front of franchisors and they give them opportunities. KFC has onboarded some of these SMMEs. And then recently, there's a lady, Lufuno. She's got a cleaning detergents company in Mamelodi. She's just been listed at Pick n Pay, something that she will never achieved on your own, but we as FASA facilitated that. I won't touch on all of these ones, but these are our 6 strategic KPIs that we have. And I mean, most importantly, if I can touch on the value prop, is that when you become a member, you need to derive value for the membership that you pay for. Sorry, go back. So franchising is a format that's very successful and that can be replicated. And it's one that promotes entrepreneurship, small business development, and mostly job creation. And we do this by collaborating with stakeholders. So our franchisors, they provide access to markets, and then the banks and obviously the DFIs promote access to funding. And then how the franchise ecosystem works is that yourself as a franchisor, you expand with third-party capital, meaning that your franchisee will pay a joining fee and set up costs to set up a franchise. And you achieve this by a rapid scale. A franchise can only be successful if it's seen elsewhere. You cannot be a franchise if you've got only one outlet. And then as a franchisor, you provide brand equity and footprint. So if you go to Pertunia's Chicken, a person would rather go to KFC than coming to Pertunia's Chicken. And then yourself as a franchisee, you have the ability to participate in a proven model that's tried and tested. You also get access to the brand equity, which is immediate. And also you get access to group buying benefits because the franchisor negotiates prices on behalf of the franchisee that you benefit from. And because you operate in a system, when I was a franchisor, I said I will never get Richard Branson to become my franchisee because he's going to come and do it much better than I can. So, important thing about being a franchisee, you need to participate in a system. If you're someone who doesn't like to get told, then franchising is not for you. And also commitment to the brand. And this is basically the win-win situation. And then this is our website. There's lots of information on franchising on our website. And those maybe that are interested in franchising, we also have an entrepreneurship test that one can do, which then will tell you that are you fit as a person from your capabilities to be able to be a franchisee. I can tell you right now, franchising is not for sissies. It's a lot of hard work and lots of detail as well. So this is where you can get all the information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Pertunia. Ladies, can I hear you? Ms. Pertunia is not happy with us. She's really not happy with us. We need to do something about it. We need to be franchisor. Am I pronouncing it properly? It's time for us to have a tea break and a little network session so that we can get to know each other a little bit. Can you keep it very intimate so that we don't have to leave here at 8 o'clock? And then afterwards, we'll invite our next speaker. Can we keep it intimate and quick? And 3 o'clock, let's be back. Thank you.